Anyway, here we are, Coffee with Tony 2026, just like the mug says. And we're here today with Scarlet Angel. And we're going to do an interview. They've been working on their latest album uh,
Fourth.
and fourth one. So you got fourth album?
Yeah, this is our fourth CD. Yep.
Perfect. All right. And if anybody tunes in, we should get the questions should come up. However, we got to be flexible because this is my first time doing a live and it's probably showing. So
That's cool. I just like to
we'll get
mention I'm
through
not very flexible anymore, but okay.
it. All right. So I think we'd start by having you guys introduce yourself and tell everybody about the roles that you play in the band.
Go ahead, Jack. We'll go counterclockwise.
Well, I'm Jackie Joyce. I am the lead singer of Scarlet Angel. Have on and off over 42 years, mostly on, but sometimes off, I think. But yeah, that's me.
I guess I'm next. I'm Kim Yates, also of Kim's Crypt. I am the drummer and the harmony vocalist in the band. I sing a little bit of lead vocals here and there on some of our originals. And I've been in the band 41 years, and I've never left since I started in 1986. After Mindy, their old drummer, fell into a hydraulic lift hole. True story. He got me in the band to do the Valentine's Broken Hearts Bloody Valentine's dance in February of '86. I stayed in the band ever since, and I'm on all 3 CDs. I'm working on the 4th with the band, and I love playing the originals. They're great music. It's a great bunch of people we have right here, and we're still going. Scarlet Angel, still going. Oh no, see, that's a killer shirt. We have
I forgot to show you guys. I forgot to show everybody. I got my shirt on too.
Yeah,
Nice.
America.
that's right.
America.
Yeah,
All
get
right.
yours too. We get them for sale.
Who didn't know that?
All right. So who's next? Michelle, are you next?
Tom's next.
Tom's next.
All
Okay.
right, so my name's Tom. I'm the newest member, I guess, of Scarlet Angel. I've been in since April. I play the bass and do some backup singing. Just really like their music, so that's why I joined Scarlet Angel. I'm glad that they let me. So I'm playing with them, and that's pretty much it.
All right.
I'm Michelle Armiger. I started the band in 1983. I think it's like been 43 years ago, and I'm the guitar player, and I write a lot of the music for the band. We have currently 3 CDs coming out, and we have number 4 and number 5 coming out. We're working on those right now. Number 5 is going to be basically like a compilation of all our 4 CDs. And I like animals. I'm a bibliophile.
Well,
And I like to talk. Thank you.
Yeah, I was wondering what that meant.
I love animals. We got 2 cats, Candy and Kane, hence the K's.
That's
What's your
what you
cat's
do,
name,
man.
Michelle?
Cersei.
Cersei. She's got a
Yes.
cat too. I think everybody's got cats.
3 of them.
Jackie got a bunch of cats.
They all adopted me. I have 4 of my own, and then I have 3 neighborhood cats that all decided they liked me too. So now I'm feeding the whole world.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I've definitely fed some stray cats in my life, especially up the property at Kim's Crypt. They just show up, all kind of animals and critters. Oh look, got some candy corn. Hey, love
It's
it.
never too early or too late for candy corn.
That's right. 'Tis the season
Stop
to be
it.
scary.
Make it stop. It's still 90 degrees
All right.
outside. Jesus.
Oh no,
All right.
it's season. We open in 3 weeks.
It starts Halloween
Yeah, I
July
guess it is
1st.
coming. I guess it is coming around.
Yes, it is. Yep.
All right. I
Yeah,
wonder,
September 18th.
September 18th. That's correct. I'll have to remember that. All right. So I was wondering if you guys could tell me a little bit about the history of the band. like how it started, how you guys evolved. I know you guys already talked about different people coming and going.
Well, Jackie and I met when we were like 15 or 16. Our parents were friends. Jackie's dad was a singer. He sounded just like Frank Sinatra and all the great crooners. Jackie's dad and my mom and her dad were friends, and we were in a top 40 band. It was called Essence. It was an all-girl band. We were in high school, and then I think it was my last year of high school. MTV started, and then we had there was all the whole 80s metal scene, and it was so cool. And I've always been a metal band and into metal bands and metal music. My brothers were older than me, and he gave me my first record, which was Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, and there was a Steppenwolf. And then, Kim and I have always liked Kiss. So we've always been into like metal. And then we, after high school, after high school, we kind of transitioned into the metal scene. And
without me, I was still listening to Barry Manilow.
Yeah, and then Jack, if you want to tell a little bit about it, like we graduated from high school, and then I think you got married right around that time, right?
Right. Well, we were doing the Essence thing, and Essence was the heaviest we got was Tom Petty.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't in the band.
Living After Midnight, though. I think we did do Living After Midnight. So we did throw some Priest in there, but yeah, I was not familiar with the metal scene at all. I just thought it was devil music, the way I was raised. And Michelle and I had already had this relationship going, and then Essence, I don't know what happened. I got into another cover band that was playing down Ocean City a lot. And then I was back up in Baltimore, and I remember she called me up and was like, look, I have to do the Michelle imitation. Jack, look, I'm doing this metal now. We're playing metal. And I'm like, what is that? Well, Motley Crue. And she starts naming off all these songs. And I'm like, I don't know none of that. Well, here, I'm going to give you this song and just learn it. So she brings this cassette to me.
Yep.
With Ronnie James Dio on this cassette. Nice. And it was Rainbow in the Dark. And I was just smitten. I don't care how short the man is. I love him. I'm listening to this operatic voice, and it was challenging for me. I was so used to singing to me, that other stuff was just easy to sing. And then here I am presented with a voice like Ronnie James Dio, and I had to do it. And I was from there. Michelle's the one that made me a metalhead, basically. And Stevie Nicks head too, for that matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Jack, actually, you called me and asked me what I was doing, and I told you I was into metal and MTV.
I don't remember.
I know you were kind of mystified, and then we kind of went from there. And I think we had our first and second singer.
Wasn't your singer leaving? Wasn't Susan leaving or something?
Yeah, our first singer Jeanette got married and moved to Biloxi, Mississippi, and then we had another singer, Susan Duncan, and then she left.
You guys had you played out yet?
Yeah, we had played out, and then sometime in between there, our drummer at the time, Mindy Cassell, she knew Kim, and Kim was playing rhythm guitar. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, Kim.
That's so weird because that was so weird because that was such a brief stint. I remember being at your mom's house where you still live, which is right around the corner from where I live, and at the time I didn't live there though, and I played rhythm guitar for you guys. And Mindy was in the band. Mindy was your drummer. Sue was the lead vocal. You were on guitar. And I played a little rhythm. And it was weird because I just remember it was fun. We were doing Red Hot. We were doing, Priest, Sabbath, and a lot of Motley Crue. And, we never played out like that, but it was like a short stint of me doing that. And then I was in another band with Mike Munchie, who I'm still in a band with today. But we were called Slayer back in the day before the real Slayer came out that we didn't know. It was a 3-piece metal band. And we were doing Saxon and Iron Maiden and of course Priest and old stuff like that. And Scarlet Angel would come see us with the Marble Bar and the Galaxy Ballroom. and they would be throwing down and getting all crazy with their big hair and their denim and leather, and they were a wild bunch coming up in there. So I guess we exchanged numbers at some point, because that's what you used to do. You write your phone number down, 7 digits, no area code, no, it was a rotary dial phone. And then one day, Michelle called me up. She's like, "Hey, we need a drummer for this show." And I basically learned, what was it, like 40 songs in 2 weeks, because she fell into a hydraulic lift hole and she could not play. So I got my cassette player out and I recorded, which I had at the time, albums, and put it on the cassette and played in order. And that's how I learned. Played the cassette, listen, play like that, and learned all these songs and played with them for that show in February, which was the Bloody Hearts Valentine's Dance, whatever you called it, in February of '86. And then I just never left. I just stayed, and I don't know. I never know what happened to Mindy after that.
Just out of curiosity, real quick, I would like, Tony, if we can ask the people that are going to watch this after the fact, because we're going to all advertise this interview on our Facebooks, anybody that was at that Valentine's dance, because it was, we should have all went to jail. That thing was crazy.
Well, we
It's a
actually
good
had,
time, right?
What was it called, Michelle? The fire department?
Well, this is the Middle River Volunteer Fire Department. And all 3 times we were kind of, I don't want to say ahead of our time, but like how everybody was playing at clubs, we always kind of wanted to do original music. And we were like, forget this. We can have our own shows. We can have our own shows. So we would, rent the fire halls, and we'd have these big Halloween bashes. And then the one was
sell tickets.
And then one was the Broken Hearts Valentine's Dance, and I would always be sweating it. Like, geez, did we sell enough tickets to cover the cost? Because if you're having a hall party, you got to lay out quite a bit of money. The hall,
right?
The food and drinks and stuff like that. But at the last minute, just everybody came.
Everybody would show up. It was awesome. So put in the comments if you were there.
And then we did the Halloween show we did in '88. I believe it was '88, and then '89, and we had Larry Edwards from '97 Underground. We had a banana eating contest, which my mom won. Yeah, she won the banana eating contest. That was pretty cool. And then we had everybody was in costume. I remember my cousin taping it, and like on I think he had like a Betamax or something like that. We got that video, and that was when
we brought Johnny out in the coffin.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Was a special Stroke of Midnight Halloween extravaganza where we
it was
marched out.
We dressed it as monks, and we brought him out, and we brought him up and played metal chess. Yeah, we put him on the stage, and people were rowdy. Because it was all you can drink for like $10 back then, and they were having pitchers of beer, and beer was going everywhere, and they were pounding on the coffin, and they were pouring beer in the coffin. He was getting mad, man. John was getting mad. He got out with his spandex pants. That's real convincing. All angry with his spandex leopard pants on. Go ahead.
Well, come on now. We all had something like that on.
We did, but it was funny because he was angry. We all did. And
but
Michelle would have her big long coat. Remember that? Big long coat.
Oddly, I mean, we weren't really like Hellraisers, and Kim and I don't drink, but for some reason you get that many people and you get the all the beer you can drink for your ticket price, and by the end of the night, people were drinking out of the pitchers, and all 3 of those, unfortunately, they got raided by the police and it got shut down because everybody got too rowdy. And the police came and shut it down. But a good time was had by all, believe it or not. But the people at the
got shut down at the end.
At the end, we played. We played. We definitely played. But
So
it was a good time.
For Kim, so you learned 40 songs in 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I had already been in. I was already in a band when I was 15 years old. I was in a band called Entrance with all guys, and we were doing like was it what's Sammy Hagar's first band? we're doing that stuff like Montrose
Montrose. Yep.
and all that,
Oh,
like
wow.
like with the Tin Soldiers and Nixon's calling, we're finally on our own. That
Yeah.
song by Crosby,
Yeah.
Stills, Nash. We were doing like old Steppenwolf, just like a lot of the old stuff, but some of the, and we did "You Don't Have to Be Old to Be Wise" by Free. So we did some off the wall stuff. It was pretty cool. But back then, and then I was in the second band, which was the Slayer band. And so I had already, been listening to a lot of music. I was always around music. I played the zither in kindergarten, played Silent Night in kindergarten. So, and then I started playing violin in the second grade. I started playing drums in sixth grade, and I played a little piano. So I play a little bit, a little guitar, a little bass, but the drums my main instrument. But and singing a little bit. But I so I kind of knew of them, but I just learn, listen, and you know how that is. The more you listen, the more you play, the better you get at it. And now
Yeah.
we've been doing it so long, it's just second nature. But yeah, there was a lot of songs to learn back then. I was like, oh man. So I took a lot of notes too, So
Yeah.
So
but
then,
now
And so,
technology is a little bit.
I'm
What's that?
sorry, I have one more question for you. So when did you discover your love for the drums versus the guitar? Or did it just kind of happen, the opportunity came about, and was that the change, or was it just something that just really clicked for you and you discovered that at some point?
Well, what I said was I played violin from the second grade on, and then I played drums in the sixth grade. So you mean when I transitioned from you're
From
talking
rhythm,
about
rhythm,
from the rhythm guitar. Oh,
yeah.
that was like I said, that was a very short stint, and it didn't last long, and so basically it kind of stopped, and then they went on, and then they got Jackie in the band, and I guess Mindy was still in the band. And then once she had her accident, she fell into the hydraulic lift hole. I gotta say it like 50 million times. After that, that's when I got the call. That was 1986. That's when I joined. So
Okay.
that's how it happened. So it wasn't like I was playing in the band. It was, like I said, it was a very short stint, and then it stopped. And then they called me up to
Okay.
play drums, and I was like, oh, okay. Which I was way more comfortable playing the drums and singing the backup vocals. So that's how it went down.
and then,
So Jackie was already in the band.
and then on a distant shore, Tom, what were you doing in the '80s musically?
Playing the trumpet.
Trumpet? Oh, geez.
I was still in junior high, of course.
Oh, really?
That's about where I was during that
Yeah.
time.
Guys, just so you know, my phone's overheating. I have no idea why. I
Oh
might get
no,
shut down. I know. But if I
you don't
shut
have
down,
it.
I'll come back.
Jack,
Carry on.
Are you?
you don't have it plugged in, do you? To
You
the
don't have an air condition?
No, but I'm in the shade. It's not hot at all.
You don't. Are you like in
I'll
an
turn
air
on my
conditioned
air
vehicle?
conditioner. I'll turn on my air conditioner, see if that helps. I don't know. It might get loud
I
though,
got
but
mine plugged
anyway.
in.
All right.
All
We'll
right,
see if that helps.
so we talked a lot about the history. It sounds like the formation was mainly in the '80s there. So how did you guys come up with the name Scarlet Angel?
Well, when we were
Michelle.
there, I don't know. I guess I've always liked fantasy books, Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, and then horror, and then I was I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic school all 12 years, and then I was rebellious. And just we're going to call the band at first Fallen Angel, but then there was another band called Angel, like one of the ones that already made it, and they were a national act at that point. So we said, how about Scarlet Angel? It's like an angel who has a little bit of a wild streak in him or whatever. So that was that's where we came up with the name for that. Scarlet Angel, yeah.
Mm.
And there's always I've always been I've always been fascinated by the duality of things, like light and dark, day and night.
Okay.
You know,
Like the
how people,
contrast thing.
yeah, how people can be kind to each other, and then under certain circumstances, or maybe not, they can, flip a switch. Just a duality that you see everywhere in nature, and it kind of permeates all things in this world. So,
All right. Good,
what's
Kim. I
that?
think I just cut you off. Somebody was getting ready to talk. I think I cut him off. I think
I think it was Jackie.
I think it was
Yeah,
Jackie.
I said Michelle's pretty deep.
Yeah.
I think I'm cooled down now. I hope.
Well, welcome back. I don't,
Mhm.
actually, did you actually leave or did it
Oh, I
just?
saw a new member pop his head in.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Oh,
doggy friend. Oh,
yes. That's cool.
So
no.
who has what artists or bands have been a major influence on you guys? Your style, your desire to sound like a certain way, or maybe vocal, whatever influence they had on you.
Go ahead, Jack.
Um. Well, I mean, that's sort of an obvious answer for me. Like anybody that hears the band or hears our songs, there's definite shades of Jeff Tate, absolutely, from Queensryche, and shades of Rob Halford and Dio and Ann Wilson. And
Yes.
um, there's, like Michelle said, there's that duality, I think, too, that I find that females, at least I think, because I'm a female, wait, hold on. Yep, I am. So,
So,
and they're real. Thank you very much. Um, that that a female vocalist in this industry, which is very male dominated, especially like in the rock, in what we do, it's very male dominated. And but to me, that just makes us press harder because, like, you know, I think that women, if you have, the right girl, like I'm a big fan of Arch Enemy's Alyssa. If you're familiar with that band, she's not in the band anymore, but she's like the most beautiful chick I think I've ever seen in my life. Like she's just gorgeous, but she sings real sweet, and then she'll do this like exorcist voice that's like, she's like, oh my god, like where did that come from? Because coming out of that beautiful face, you don't expect that. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think that coming out of a man, it's not as shocking or whatever, but I know that my as far as being cutting my teeth on, like I said, Ronnie James Dio and Rob Halford, and being able to do it as close to them as I can if I'm doing cover music, doing it as close to them as I can get it. But then it had to bleed over into the writing because and I can't forget Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden either. Like
yeah.
these are all like, and I mean, there's always that little tinge of Steve Perry. I'm a huge fan of Steve Perry. And then there's always Barry Manilow, dude. Love
Ralph.
Barry.
Cool. Can't say that I'm a big Gary fan, but I know who he is. So,
Okay. You're
so
not you're not quite the up in the elderly ages that I am there, Tony. So yeah. Thanks for reminding me, man.
Can't live without
yeah.
you.
I write the songs that make the whole world. Listen to the lyrics to that song. Oh my god, dude, you got to listen to the lyrics to that song. It's going to freak you out. Who's he talking about? I've been alive forever, and I wrote the very first song. Oh my god, I'm not even going to go there with my conspiracy ass.
Do you guys
Uh,
See the dog.
So talking about influences, I'm going to talk about some influences here. Of course, you know, I grew up on Kiss, definitely big influence there. Kiss, Ted Nugent, Sabbath, Priest, Aerosmith. But what changed my drumming and it took it to a different level was Will Calhoun of Living Color. I was like, whoa! It was a change. It was different. It was
I
He
remember
just
that.
yeah,
Okay.
I
and I like
remember when that hit you. Yeah, Kim, I
so it
remember.
changed it, and it changed my style of drumming a lot, and it's just took it to a different level. And every time I meet him, every single time I tell him the same thing. I go, "Hey, I'm Kim. I'm a drummer, and you're my favorite drummer." And I tell you that every time I meet you. He says thanks, and he usually gives me his drumsticks, and we say, it's really cool. But yeah, I like him a lot. I mean, there's a lot of great drummers out there. Of course, everybody that knows the latest version of Rush loves Annika Niles, which she's an amazing drummer. She was amazing with Jeff Beck as well, and he's like one of my favorite guitar players. That band, he's got all exceptional members in that band. But yeah, she played for him. But there's so many great drummers, and there's like a lot of these, like, you watch YouTube videos, you see these kids, playing and just doing one-handed stuff and just doing this crazy stuff, and it's like, man, geez, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the technology, the YouTube videos, or just people have more time on their hands. I don't know what it is, but it's just, there's amazing players out there that are just taking over the world. But
It's getting better.
yeah, I saw a really good new band just past Saturday at Barrel House Live. They were called Plush. Three women, excellent. The Mariah actually sings for Trans-Siberian Orchestra as well, and she sings and plays
Wow.
guitar. They were great. Met them. I had my hearse there. They drove the hearse. It was just wild. It was crazy. Of course, now they got a Scarlet Angel CD, and of course, I told them we'd love to open up for you. So hopefully, that's in the
That
works
would
in the
be cool.
future. You never know. You never know. But because women band. I mean, we've always had a male bass player, so that doesn't really matter. We've always had a male bass player, so it's
Hmm.
just never. It was just that probably will never change. But
I married one of them.
Okay.
yeah, you did.
Did
Not
you
while he was in the band, though. It was years and years after, so it's another story.
I was the
did
lone
you
angel too.
did you want to did you want to get you go next, Tom? Your influences.
Oh shit, where am I at? 1 second. I got okay. So influences would be like Black Sabbath, Rush, Iron Maiden, all the metal bands from the '80s, lots of the punk rock bands from the '80s, and Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Wow, yeah, you never told us that before.
Well, I was a kid, but that was really popular when I was growing up. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
I did
was.
not like that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
it was.
And I guess my biggest influence ever would be the Melvins, but nobody knows who they are, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I just learned about them from you. Yeah, I listen to some music. It's pretty good. I put it up with one of our posts today. Uh,
I'll have to
for
check
me,
them out.
for me, I always love Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac. Um,
Okay.
he gets a lot of flack from some people. It's like, oh, the king of the one note guitar, but he's so much more than that. He can every dimension he's got covered. Black Sabbath, like I said, the first album. My brother gave me Master of Reality. I love Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
I love his quiet, nonchalant energy. Of course, the guys from Judas Priest. Uh, I always there's some new bands like In This Moment. They don't really play necessarily a lot of lead guitar. They play it seems to me like a lot of the metal, especially the people call it the Cookie Monster stuff or whatever. The guitar playing's got more percussive, like kind of like when Godsmack and Disturbed came out. It's more
Yeah. Yeah.
percussive, and I dig that too. Um, I'm not really. I mean, like Yngwie Malmsteen is phenomenal, but I have no desire to play like that. Just starts to sound like you get all his albums and they're phenomenal. He's a classical player, but then everything starts to sound the same, like with a different cover. I'm not a really good technical player, but I do know that I can craft a heavy heavy riffs, and I think there's something to be said for that. With my own guitar students, I've always encouraged them to. The first thing I do when I have guitar students is teach them songs they like, because everybody gets into the guitar or music for rock. They want to play like their heroes or the people that they're hearing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I kind of do that first, and to get everybody interested, and then I kind of challenge them with coming up with a original riff, because we're creators. All of us are creators, and we're supposed to be creating. All human beings are supposed to be creating. So and I do, and I continue to find new players that I'm impressed with. So yeah, that's
I think it's cool that you guys that you don't just look at the influences from bands of the past. You kind of still have an interest of different bands. Sounds like different newer bands are influencing you guys too from time to time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I have to say, like Led Zeppelin, like everybody pretty much likes Led Zeppelin, but when I was growing up, I really didn't like them. It never really struck me as something to listen to. But then as an adult, we started playing their music, and I'm like, wow, this stuff is really complicated, creative, and interesting. And I kind of had a new perspective in it. It's like, I don't feel like any of us in the band are standing still. We're always kind of like growing and learning and looking at things from a different perspective. And I think that's important for all humans, basically. So, and it's like you're on your own voyage of discovery when you can listen to somebody 1,000 times and you never notice anything special about them until some future moment when it's all like, wow, so.
That's so true.
Look, I have a poster because I was out postering and flyering today, like I do. And I went to Ryan Fowler's guitar experience, and he still had our poster up from June when we played at Gray Manor. Isn't that cool? That's Tom. Tom played with us on that one. So Tom's we had played like 5 gigs with us now, 5 or 6. We went to Michigan. That was fun. That was crazy. Oh, we got to tell a story because we didn't do it on the last.
Because I was going to ask next was like what were some of the things that you guys experienced, with different gigs or different stories that you want to tell. So,
I got a story. Okay, so we went to Michigan last month, and it was in July. So Jackie drove herself. I drove Tom, and Michelle went with a friend of ours, Angie, and we stayed in this. They gave us a place to stay. It was like a little cabin, and it was great. We loved it. We had our refrigerator, and we had our own rooms, and it was just cool. And it was right behind the bar that we played at on Friday night. So we went down Thursday, spent the night there. We played Friday night, and then Saturday, I think it was Saturday. So Jackie was in her own room and had her own bathroom, and her door, because then we played Saturday night too, but I'll get to that. Her door got stuck, and she couldn't get in and out of the door, so she had to walk through the bathroom to get out. So we called the maintenance man. Remember this, Jackie?
Mm-hmm.
We called the maintenance man, and the maintenance man shows up, and Jackie's in the shower all naked. And she gets out.
Hold on.
And he's trying to get
that part. So the maintenance man doesn't look like a maintenance man.
No, he doesn't. He's fine looking,
Straight out of GQ magazine.
looking good.
Hotter than whatever. I have to not cuss. I have to remember we're live. Hotter than anything. And I'm just
Yes.
like, you could have been a dud, man, but you got to be a hot guy. And here I am naked without my makeup, without my do, all fixed up. And I'm like, oh, I got to try to put some clothes on. Anyway, I ended up taking pictures of him, and it was a moment. It was a real moment.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
She chased him down.
equally smoking hot girlfriend was out in the car.
Right, I didn't know. Right.
Right. She's out there in a truck waiting for him in his nice truck, and he's walking out, and Jackie's chasing him down. Oh, wait, let me get a picture. And she's looking at her. She's looking at her like she got 12 heads, and they're taking a picture. And Jackie running out there, we were like in a towel with your hair all up in a bun.
I had my robe on or something. I'm like, I gotta get a picture of you. I mean, dude he just grew up pubic hair last week. I mean, like, for real.
That was funny though. I was like, oh my gosh, because she's knocking on the door. She's like, wait a minute, I'm naked.
The timing
Oh
was
yeah,
incredible.
it was. But he did fix her door so because she couldn't get out. She had to walk through the bathroom to get out.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
yeah, but that was cool. They had chipmunks there. I was trying to chase chipmunks. I took a lot of walks in the morning and just walked around, went down by the beach and watched the other band, Killdeer. They played, and then Michelle wound up having to learn some songs for them because their guitar player got sick for the Saturday night show. So she filled in with them on guitar for Saturday night and helped them out immensely. So that was really nice.
And Tony's asking us about other shows that we've done that we have like maybe some anecdotes about. How about when we opened for Twisted Sister at Rams Head in Baltimore?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome. I never
opened up for Twisted Sister.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Kim tongue
Man,
tied.
that's
She
so
had all
cool.
her Twisted Sister albums and went up to D. Snyder with her little pen and was like, Mr. Snyder, will you sign my albums? I've never seen the like.
But the coolest
and the
part was everybody in the audience, we had encouraged all of our people because we're from Baltimore, of course. And we were like, everybody, please wear your Scarlet Angel shirt. Well, Twisted Sister walked out to a sea of people wearing Scarlet Angel t-shirts.
Scarlet Angel hats, Scarlet Angel shirts. It was
and
wild.
lower level. It was cool.
It was cool. It was very, very cool.
Yeah.
It was a great time. And of course, we sold more merch while we were there, and we played our originals, and it sounded great.
And how about when we opened for Crocus and they got off the bus?
Yes, Crocus, and they were talking with their accent, and they liked us too a lot. And so did Kitty. Kitty got off the bus, and they came in to listen. Yeah, Kitty at OTEP and Crisis was on that bill. That was at, I think, Thunderdome. Yep. Kitty, OTEP, Crisis, and Scarlet Angels, 4 of us. Yep, I remember that one too. That was, I think that was the second, because UFO, that was the first one. We opened up for UFO.
Yeah,
and that was
you guys opened up for a lot of pretty big bands.
Oh yeah, when we were opening up for UFO, that was like the only time. That was the only time we had a rhythm guitar player, I think, that on stage.
Yeah,
for that one.
It was.
But we had we had Twisted Sister. What's that?
So who else did you guys open up for?
Oh,
sorry.
Well, okay, we had Twisted Sister, UFO, Kitty, Crocus, Winger twice, Great White, LA Guns twice, Crack the Sky, Kicks, Rhino Bucket, Funny Money, Metal Church,
Ted Poley,
Lynch Mob. Who else?
Ted Poley, Slaughter.
Ted Poley, Slaughter, Lynch Mob.
Wait,
Spread Eagle. At Fishhead.
That was right before COVID.
Yep, Fishhead.
We were doing really good opening up for national acts. It's like we had a groove going on, and then COVID started and kind of like shut everything down for a while.
Yep. Yeah. And I think Bang Tango, Rhino Bucket. Gosh, it was so many different bands.
Wow, that's really awesome.
That's what you guys. LA Guns twice, yeah. Winger. Yep, twice. Winger twice. Winger, yep.
Yeah. I remember you guys. I heard somewhere, maybe I was talking with one of you. Just said about opening up for Kicks a couple of years ago at the York Fair, I think.
Battle of the Bands. We were top 3 of like 37 bands. Yeah, we were right before them.
All these other folks too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One more little anecdote. I didn't forget about this one. I always tell this story when we all ended up driving out to Pennsylvania because there was a little girl who Kim said to me on the phone, "You got to come and hear this chick sing. It's the only girl I know." This is years ago. "This is the only girl I know, Jackie, that sings better than you." And I'm like, who is this girl? Well, I get there and it's a 16-year-old Lizzie Hale.
Well, yep, I heard her. I was at I was given our first CD to Matt Davis at what was it, the Auto Bar or Sound Stage or somewhere where the band Hale's. I don't think it was that. I don't know. It was downtown Baltimore, and I was giving him our CD, and I heard this. What is it? I'm in love with somebody, and I was like, I perked up. I was like, what is that? Just her singing a cappella. And I listened and I walked in and watched them play. And I was just like blown away. And I told the band, I said, you got to see this new band. They were there. They're called Hailstorm. They're going to make it. I said that too. I said, they're going to make it. And sure enough, they did. And we became friends with them. You know,
We ended up sitting in with Lizzie that night. She knew who we were, and we got up and sang a heart song with her.
We did Dog and Butterfly.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
That
Was
was
it
in
Dog and
Pennsylvania.
Butterfly?
Yeah, it was at a tavern in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that
You
was
guys
a
got
while
some
ago.
pretty cool stories, man.
We got 42 years worth of it, dude.
True. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Lord.
Yep,
So which
true.
was your favorite? Which was your favorite? It doesn't have to be opening up for one of those bigger, bands or whatever. But like, what was your favorite gig that you guys?
Wow.
Well,
there's
for
so
me,
many of
it
them.
was a lot of it was those three that we told you about that when we were creating our own shows. Our 40th anniversary party that we had, I think it's been like 1 year ago. And because that was huge down in, I'm sure you've heard of a town called Dundalk. Everybody's heard of it.
Yeah.
It's internationally renowned, Dundalk. So we played down there and
American Legion Hall.
Yeah, and 97 Underground was broadcasting live that night, and there was like over 300 people there that came out for our 40th anniversary. And then for me, for opening for national acts, I love to do it. I've enjoyed all of them, but specifically, I would say the Twisted Sister one and Metal Church, because Metal Church is one of my favorite bands. Metal Church for me. I don't know about you guys.
And that was good time. They were all so good.
Oh, shoot. And the Detroit gig, that was like, that kind of, we just got back from that in July. That kind of restored my faith in metal because people up there really like metal. Not that people down here don't, but they get the whole idea of original music and they love it. It's really refreshing to see. So it's not like, can you guys play some cover songs? They want to hear your original songs. It was really refreshing for me.
Yeah, it was.
It gave me hope.
Yeah, and it was really cool because we played Friday at the bar. What is it called? The West Branch. It was right behind the cabin we were staying in. We could like walk. And people were lined up at the merch booth before we even got off the stage. And the cooks were coming out of their kitchen and banging their heads, giving us the horns and like really into it. And they're like, yeah, we want your CDs. And we were signing CDs and just selling shirts. It was really, really wild. And then the next night we were at this campground, like out in the middle of the woods. There was no lights. There was just bumpy roads and windy roads just to get there. And it was all woods and a bonfire. And that's we were like this, I think the second band, maybe. There was a bunch of bands on that show, and people loved us then. And it was just really, really cool. Now we did throw in a couple covers, and people liked when we did Gold Dust Woman, because me and Angie sits in and plays drums on that, and I play bass on that, and it's just a nice change, And people were like, "Wow, you're gonna do that again?" So we did, but we mainly did originals. But people were buying the CDs, and we might be playing in Canada. We'll see. Toronto. Yeah, we'll see. We got a lead on that.
Metal Fest happening there next year.
Yeah.
So what happened? Sorry.
But Metal Fest is happening in Toronto, Canada, and the guy talked to us about it, and I got his number. We exchanged numbers. I talked to him about it, so we're keeping in touch with that. And I did meet a guy from a radio station in Michigan as well that has our CDs that hopefully will be played on that radio station out there. So, yeah. Yes.
So
there's no questions from the in the comments yet.
I can't see comments.
I don't think anybody's yet.
Well, we got 3 showing up live here. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's not reaching my platform, the StreamYard, but I got it here, so I'm going to take a quick look at them. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. A lot of them are pretty much saying hi. Where can I get a?
Oh, Christ, it leans in when it hears that.
That's right. I'm listening.
It leans in. Christ.
So somebody asked where they can get something, and then the next, okay, Scarlet Angel merch. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
you can
Scarlet Angel.
you can email me at kimscrypt@aol.com and we'll get it for you. We also have a Scarlet Angel Facebook page, but yeah, if you want to just email, it's KIMSKRYPT@aol.com. kimscrypt@aol.com. We got T-shirts, we got CDs, we got a few thongs left, hoodies, beanies, hats, really cool stuff. We got some Scarlet Angel necklaces, really cool stuff. So, and we do have a Facebook page too.
And
Scarlet
and
Angel.
if you want, after we're done, if you in the comments section, if you want to put your email there so that they can.
Yeah, I'm writing it now, if that's all right,
Perfect.
Tony.
That's perfect. Yep. All right, I have a question for you, ladies. Well, for all of you. Sorry, Tom. But I saw you have one CD that's on like all your major platforms, like YouTube Music, and I think it's on iHeartRadio. But what about the other ones? How come you guys don't want to make that available on those platforms?
Well,
Reason?
mainly for me, I'm kind of like a dinosaur, but not really. I like CDs. Me and Kim like CDs.
We do.
I like the stuff that goes in them. Just like when we were younger and had albums, you like to get out the lyrics and read along to them and see the pictures of the band. But we were going to do that for our last album, but we didn't. But with this one, we're going to make everything available on the local, on all the streaming services. So we're setting up for doing that with the release of all of our. When I was saying we're going to do like a compilation of all our CDs, that'd be the 5th album. We'll make all that stuff available. So, but we will still have CDs because there are people, and then I'm just going to do something a little different, like kind of put it on a stick, because there's people that don't do streaming services, but they like to have something to put in their computer when they're sitting there, like the thumb drive or something like that. So I was going to do a version like that too.
The reason I asked that was because she mentioned merch, and it reminded me, like when we talked about, like a couple of weeks ago when we first started talking about doing this interview, I was looking for the CDs that I got, and I only found 2 of them, but I thought I had the other one too. But anyway, then I went looking. I was like, well, I can find it on YouTube Music or Spotify or whatever. I was like, well, there's that one. And that was the one CD I had too. So,
Well, our first one sold out. Our first one sold out. The black one, that's the first one, and it's sold out twice. And then we still have the second one, which is Enter the Magic, and we have the third one, which is Rise Metal Angels, and we're working on the fourth one, which is The Storm. That's what we're calling it.
Well, we haven't
Right.
decided, but it's been talked about to be called that. That's
Okay.
yeah. But there's some people on Amazon and people that sell them, because when those CDs came out, there were a lot of people that we made some overseas contact in like Europe, and they were in Japan, and they were buying them like 50 at a time. So there's some floating around pretty much everywhere. I think there was one on Amazon. Jackie, what did I tell you it was? It was like our first one, and it was like up there for $100 and some.
The CD or the album? I know we had.
Oh yeah, we also have there's a German company called High Roller Records, and they made 500 of basically the songs that they liked the best. So it was the best songs that they thought off the first and second album.
Yeah, and they contacted us, and they made their own artwork for the album cover. It's awesome. Like it was amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know. We were just talking about albums. We were on the '97 Underground album.
Yeah, Beast from the East, Volume 1. Your last song on there. Yep, that was pretty neat.
With Wrathchild and Child's Play and Mystic Force. Yeah, a lot of good bands on that album.
Oh yeah.
Hey Kim, double check me in the comments. I put your email up there. Just make sure it's right.
How do I see that?
Never mind if you can't say it.
So I hit
It's all
this.
good. It's
Oh.
kimscript@aol.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tony.
No, I was just going to ask how is the new album or new CD coming along?
We have like 3 songs that are recorded, but it's not been like the final effects haven't been added and stuff like that. And there's a 4th one, and then we have some more we're going to be working on. So
Okay.
we're working on that right now. It's just it takes us a while.
Yeah, I know it takes a while to produce an album, CD, whatever they're calling it these days. I still call it the album, an
Yeah,
album.
me too.
It's always going to be an album.
Right.
So, do you, what does it look like time-wise for releasing that? You guys have any idea? Is it like middle of next year or towards the end? Or?
Hopefully middle of next year or by the end of next year.
I have to take some of the blame for that, Tony, because of my traveling back and forth. It's, like I've been now in Nashville for like a month. So, but we did want to take a little bit because we had a few gigs that were sort of kind of back to back, and with the Michigan trip, I guess, after the Michigan trip, we were all kind of wore out a little bit. But as soon as they get back at the beginning of September, we'll be hitting it, hitting it again.
Yeah, and
up through the holidays.
I'm also excited because Tom told me he has some originals, we like to hear. So we like to have Tom integrate into some of our music because, we like to, we like to have everybody to have a voice in whatever album we're doing. So, because,
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, just to the audience, I don't know, there's a few people I think there, but if you guys want to ask any questions, type them in the live chat comment because otherwise we're not going to see it. But in the meantime, is there anything that you guys wanted to talk up or promote or like any gigs coming up or anything like that you wanted to notify people of or whatever?
We don't have any gigs right now, but we just want everybody to stay tuned for the album, and we'll continue to make posts. We talked about having maybe possibly having a gig by the end of the year, so we'll see how that goes because Kim's got her haunted house, and Jackie's in Tennessee, even though she's coming back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie's
so
busy too.
yeah,
You're all busy.
I'd like to thank you, Tony, for having us here to talk, and
Oh,
we really appreciate it.
It is my pleasure.
We'd like to thank everybody who's listened all these years, and we're always getting new people that are supporters when we play, and we really appreciate everybody that enjoys our music, and we're very grateful.
Amen.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Tony,
thank you for
you're
the
looking wonderful. Tony's looking so good. Like I haven't seen you for a while, and you look great. So God is good, right? The praying works. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the praying definitely works.
Yeah, amen.
And I think I got this thing beat. So
I'll second that.
Glad to hear that. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. It doesn't look like anybody's. There's a lot of comments, but nobody's asking questions. So,
okay, that's cool.
I do appreciate you guys joining me. I'm sorry about the delay getting started to the people that are watching. We had a little. My first live interview or my first live anything, but I thought it went good. Thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate it very much.
It's very smooth.
Right,
Thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah, but like I said, we got a Facebook page. I always post. We post on our individual pages too when the band's playing. We have a Scarlet Angel Facebook page. We always will put events out there where we're playing. We're always up for opening for national bands, national acts. So, and we've traveled, Michigan, Richmond, Delaware, New York, Pennsylvania,
Ohio,
New York. Yeah.
Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a good one.
We did the Midwest Haunters Convention several years ago that we did. So we were like the band that did karaoke, but as a band. So you could sing with us, play drums with us.
It was called karaoke.
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 Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
they gave us the songs like that they wanted to do, and we learned them, and then we would just say, "What do you want to do?" And they would jump up there. We had to, like I said, a drummer play. It was really, really cool. I was in costume and
Sounds like
makeup. It
it's
was
pretty
really,
cool.
it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And our New York gig, that was fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So.
but thanks again, Tony. And will you let us know when it goes up to the streaming platform so we can let our peeps know?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And thank you guys again for joining me. Thank you to the audience that tuned in or will be tuning in. This is Coffee with Tony 2026, as the mug says. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. All
See you
right,
guys
see
later.
ya.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye. How do I get off?